Good evening. Right about you. Dobry Vetchor. Johnny here. Northern Irishman in Poland. I am wearing the Alan Manus. I don't know if you can see that. Manus. Yes, Alan Manus's actual Northern Ireland shirt from Azerbaijan in 2013. So the news this week from my blog and my barmy life is that the book that I actually wrote this one. Pardon me, goodness me. I wrote this one quickly. Why? Because it was easy to write. Because it was like basically my whole life put together quickly. My journey growing up in Northern Ireland, traveling around the world, living in like Australia, Hong Kong, England, etc. And how, why, and randomly I ended up in Poland. I'd been to Poland, I think, only 3 times before I actually moved here. So it was like a progression. The whole book. So what I'm going to do is, it's a Friday night. I'm just going to do a reading from the book. I've got myself a Suda Vianki. It's a pivo. It's a Jasne pivo. Not bad. That's a Polish beer. So the book is called I Went to Gdańsk with Somebody. It's taken from Whitney Houston, isn't it? I Want to Dance with Somebody. And the book is now available. It has 332 pages. So it doesn't look thick on the videos and photos for some reason, but it's quite thick. And it has, how many chapters? I should know this, but I don't. 61 chapters. So we're just going to let's have a quick one. Chapter 8 tonight, page 43, chapter 8. Let's do a quick bit of reading. Chapter 8, Dog for a Girl. Nowy Świat, New World Street, Warszawa, Polska, August 2007. This, a present from Stalin's reign, Artur Górecki. By now, and by chapter 8, it is clear to see that my journey to living in Poland was an extremely long process and a slow burner. It was gradual. In fact, 2007 was only my second visit to Poland. By now, I had already been around the world a fair bit. Moving to Poland certainly wasn't on my mind. I had now started a travel blog called Don't Stop Living, https://don'tstopliving.net/. I got the name for that travel blog from a high school wall in Toronto, Canada. I stole it from a wall I noticed on a walk somewhere near Wellesley Street and Yonge Street. I did that on my first visit to Canada in 2001. On my second visit to Canada in 2007, I started my travel blog in Toronto. I started uploading the posts onto a blogspot page. I was a novice to blogging, but as ever, I had been writing for most of my life. I had always been a writer. The release of this book is no surprise to anyone. The surprise is that I moved to Poland. My entire journeys had been documented with pen and paper long before the internet or laptops existed. But what was the incentive for my trip around the world in 2007? It was because from 2006 to 2007, I had left Bournemouth and moved to London. Take a sip here. Sláinte, Struvko, cheers. I was now working in a high-profile job in PR, public relations. I worked at Ravenscourt Park, classic, for Byte Communications. Days were long and office-based. Yes, it could be seen as fun work. I want to bring rewards, but part of me always despised such office work. I felt like I'd enjoy life more selling ice cream by the beach or pouring pints in bars. I was right, of course. I did prefer those jobs. The days are long and the nights will throw you away because the sun don't shine. Noel Gallagher. But that year in London made me eager to escape. I had to get out of the rat race. I had to escape the generic 9 to 6 job that I found myself in. The way I chose to do this was to go backpacking solo around the world. On that trip, as well as starting my travel blog, I would go skydiving in New Zealand, visit the Great Wall of China, tour Red Square in Moscow, and visit a bar once owned by George Best in Los Angeles. Those Angels. It was a really crazy world tour, all booked quite spontaneously on a budget. I even surprised myself as a backpacker at how cheap I could be. After that trip, the decision was made to return to Bournemouth and finish my degree in public relations. Before I did that, Poland was ready for another visit. This time, I wasn't with my Northern Irish friends at all. I wasn't here for a football match. I was here to meet my Polish friends, to see their culture for what it really was. This was the real thing. I was the tourist in Poland, and this was an incredibly inspirational visit to Poland. Just before that, I found myself in Bobrushk in Belarus. Again, as lunatical as it might sound, I was